DeFi is decentralized finance. Okay? So, what does that mean? A DeFi institution provides services like token swapping. Token swapping is like you got Bitcoins, you want to swap them for another token, like let's say Ethereum. Okay, so they're gonna exchange it. It's a little bit like you go when you got US dollars and you go to Europe and you want to exchange them for euros. Okay, and you're gonna say, okay, well, we're gonna exchange them at this rate, and you charge a low commission. Same thing with DeFi. They work like that. So it's worth shopping around because there's a lot of swap and websites like Pancake Swap and Quick Swap and Uniswap and whatnot. And they're all very good, but they're going to charge you different rates. They're going to give you, some give you better returns than others. I'll show you where the best places are. All right. So they do swapping, they do farming. Farming is like you deposit pairs of coins and they're going to give you earnings. Okay. So basically you put liquidity in a pool that allows people to do swapping. And for that service, the commissions that they take each time they allow you to people to do swaps, okay, they pay back to you as a depositor, okay? So they don't keep, most of the profit doesn't go back to the institution, okay? Because in many cases, the DeFi institutions are owned by the people that own the coins, okay? So, and that could be the depositors in some cases. It depends. Each project is different, okay? But most of them, if they're well designed, okay, they help the end users, okay? They don't help the guys that developed the project or promoted the project. They're gonna get something too, but the vast majority of the profits go back to the users. So you got farming, you got pooling, you got NFT creations. We're not going to talk too much about NFTs. Do your research about that. And they allow you to do all kinds of trading and things. You know, there's all kinds of very creative ways to invest the money. So we talked a little bit about them. The most famous DeFi websites are Uniswap, Pancake Swap, AAVE, QuickSwap, etc. There are lots of them. Some are better than others. We're going to talk about that later. Now, in general, you're always in control of your tokens when you use DeFi. Okay, you can deposit $1 million on AAVE, for instance, right now, and then you change your mind, and you say, "Nah, I find a better place." Okay, you can withdraw your $1 million. It goes into your wallet in a couple minutes. And bingo, you go another place and you deposit and withdraw and deposit. You do what you want. It's fast, okay? You don't have to wait a month to get your money. Okay, what else? Yeah, so you've got various investment instruments with various degrees of risk and return. Read the fine print. Most of these projects have documentation explaining what they're doing with your money. Read it, check the details, check if the places have been audited and so on and so forth. Also, like, don't invest too much on the brand new DeFi project that started yesterday because it's not proven yet. Okay, at the beginning they're going to give you these crazy high interest. I mean, it's not unheard of that you're going to see like 1,000,000% interest. Well, the chances of losing the money are much higher on 1,000,000% interest than if you go to AAVE and you get like 3, 4, 5%. AAVE's got $20 billion invested. The other one's got nothing. Think about that. Okay. Now, another advantage of DeFi is that typically the fees for investing there are much lower than those provided by CEFI institutions. Okay. Typically, fees are fractions of a percent, okay? Not several percent, okay? Okay, typically DeFi fees are much lower than those provided by most CEFI institutions. If you buy an NFT, like not NFT, sorry. If you buy an EFT, okay, exchange ETF, if you buy an ETF, an exchange traded fund, like a mutual fund basically, they're going to charge you all kinds of fees. They're going to have a management fee of maybe 1-2% or more. They're going to have transaction fees. You deposit, they charge you. You withdraw, they charge you. You just maintain the account, they charge you anyway. Look at the fine print. Okay? CEFI is expensive. Why? Because they've got staffs of tens of thousands of people. Go to like JP Morgan, go to Citibank, go to all those big banks, Barclays, whatever you have in your country, HSBC. They have tens and tens of thousands of people to pay. And they all have these really big fancy office towers, okay, that cost millions, okay. Well, how do they pay for all that? Well, your fees, okay. Now DeFi, I don't know any DeFi institutions right now that has thousands of people working for them that they need to pay. Most of them are very, very small teams because everything is automated. Everything is done by contracts, okay, computers, okay. Most of them can manage billions of dollars with very, very small staff, okay. Maybe a small team of 5, 10, 20. I don't think there's anybody who's got a team of 100 yet. Okay, that might change, but for now, that's the way it is. Now, another fun thing is that DeFi institutions do not require any identification. You can go on AAVE, you can make a deposit of, let's say, $10,000. You can borrow the next second $5,000, okay, in crypto. And they don't ask for your name, your social insurance number, your address, your income tax statement, how much assets you've got, and the whole 9 yards that banks ask for. They ask for nothing. All you need is your wallet address. That's it. You don't care who owns that wallet. You can own that wallet, your wife can own that wallet, your friend can own that wallet, your grandmother can own that wallet. It doesn't matter. You can give that wallet to your dog. Who cares? They don't care if your dog does transactions. Okay. Now finally, what I like the most about DeFi is that DeFi is fun. Okay, it's not like boring banking. It's fun. People right now come up with very creative ways of helping small and big investors make more money, okay, and pay little or no fee. It's fun. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so very briefly, how we maximize profits. We need to apply 4 basic principles. Number 1, we reduce risk. Why? We don't want to lose money. I hate losing money. I don't know about you, but I hate losing money. Then we reduce fees. I hate wasting money also. Why do I have to pay 4 or 5% fee at some place when I can pay like 0 point something? I mean, every time you pay very high fees, it reduces your profit at the end. Okay? I mean, if the bank is giving you 0.01% and they charge you a fee that's going to be like 2-3%, well, you're in a hole. Okay. Now, number 3, we want to increase our returns. We want to make our money work for us. Okay. We work hard to earn the money. We want the money to work hard for us in return. And finally, we're going to invest other people's money. Why? Because, first of all, we put other people's money on the more riskier ventures. Okay. And we put our money on the safer ventures. If we lose other people's money, it hurts less than losing our own money. And not just that, but it gives us a chance to, go back to number 3 and increase our returns. Okay. Let's see. How are we going to reduce risk? Okay. The way my strategy is, we're going to invest the largest part of our crypto portfolio in stablecoins. We talked about that already. Okay, usually they're pegged against fiat currencies like USD, Euro, Canadian dollar, whatever. The 3 best known stablecoins are USDT, USDC, and DAI. We're going to stick to those guys. And we're going to invest a small part of our crypto portfolio in variable coins. which have higher risk because they're variable. Okay, the most common ones that most people have heard about is like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, but you know, there's like 7,000 of them, and every day some guy creates a new one. Okay, so and then we're going to use other people's money because it's a lower risk for us on variable coins. So we're not going to borrow, we're not going to deposit stable coins and borrow Bitcoin from our stable coins. We could do that, but why do we want to expose ourselves to a debt that can skyrocket? If Bitcoin doubles in value tomorrow because everybody's happy about Bitcoin, well, that doubled our debt. If our debt doubles, we're going to get liquidated and we're going to lose money. I don't want that. I want to know how much debt I have the next day. Okay, if I go to bed and I wake up, I don't want a bad surprise, okay, where, oh my God, now I owe twice as much as I owed yesterday. Okay, no, we don't want that. So that's why we deposit stable coins and we borrow stable coins. And then we use money we borrowed and invest in other things that are variable. Okay. Now, we're also going to use the most reputable DeFi websites we can find. We're going to talk about some of them today. And popular DeFi websites that have audited contracts. The contracts are the programs that tell the computer, okay, when you deposit, and you give 5% interest to the depositor. Okay. So sometimes there are bugs in those programs, sometimes bad programmers want to steal your money, and well, it's going to show in the program at some point. So there are people whose job is to read the code and say, okay, everything is good. Oh, this line is wrong. There's something wrong here. It's going to crash the program. It's going to steal people's money, or whatever it is. Okay, that's their job. Those guys are not, you know, magicians. Okay, if something's buried in the code and the code's very complicated and nobody can decipher what it means, they're not going to find it. Okay, in some cases, some people make so many changes to the code that it's very difficult to figure out what's going to happen. Okay, so again, it's not 100%, but we try to reduce our risk to the minimum. So we reduce our chance of rug pulls. A rug pull is like you've got the project developers, the programmers, okay, they decide at one point, okay, we're just going to take the money and run. So they pull the rug on the investors, okay? This happens practically every week, okay? There's always some project somewhere on the planet that happens. There was a CEFI institution in South Africa last week that it happened, okay? The two promoters, two brothers who were the owners of the CEFI institution just walked away with $3 billion, okay? So don't trust too much of your money to one single place, okay? That's what you have to learn from this. Okay, now how are we going to reduce our fees? So we're going to, we need CEFI, okay? Because how we take money, fiat money, like dollars, euros, and whatever currency you've got in your country, okay? And how we take that and buy crypto with it? Well, typically you have to go to a CEFI institution, you have to go to a crypto exchange like Binance or Coinbase or whatever you've got in your country. And you shop around. There's probably several of them. Try to find those that are very reputable, those that are the most popular. And then among those, look at, okay, what are the fees if I buy crypto there and sell crypto there? Okay? And you'll see some charge a lot. Some charge you like up to 5%. 5% when you earn less than 1% at the bank. That's outrageous. Okay? No. You try to find an exchange that gives you, that charges you something less than 1%. Okay? Look around. Okay? Sometimes they've got a scale and they say, well, if you buy between $0 and $1,000, you pay 1%. If you buy between 1,000 and 10,000, it's going to be less, and blah blah blah. Just look at the fine print, okay? Ask questions and check it out. Now, when we switch from CEFI to DeFi, very often we can reduce fees. We can reduce transaction fees, maintenance fees, management fees, and whatever they can come up with fees. Okay, they're very creative with fees, okay? So in general, we can save a lot of money by putting less money on CEFI and a bit more on DeFi, okay? Again, judge the risks, whatever you feel comfortable with, okay? But in general, you can reduce your fees. Again, it's not guaranteed. Some CEFI, DeFi places, they charge you a 5% deposit fee. And I'm like, what's that for? Okay, so look at the fees, okay? Always look for fees, okay, before you put the money in. Now, what we're going to do also in our strategy, we're going to switch networks. Because by default, almost everything starts with Ethereum, which has very high gas fees right now, okay? It's not unheard of to pay like $20, $30, $40, $50 per transaction, okay, depending on how busy the network is, okay? And we're going to switch to Polygon. There's also Binance. Binance has low gas fees. It's usually 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, a dollar. It's in that range, okay? That's a lot cheaper than Ethereum. But we're going to go really low. We're going to go with Polygon, also known as MATIC, which has very, very low fees, and in some cases, no gas fees whatsoever. Okay? Now, always watch out. Deposit and withdrawal fees on some DeFi platforms. Check the fine print. They're going to tell you, okay, you deposit on this pool. Okay, sometimes they say, okay, there's no deposit fee, but if you withdraw before 3 days, they're going to charge you whatever, 1% or something. Check the fine print, okay? And check, maybe you're okay waiting 2-3 days before you withdraw. Maybe you're not, okay? And then in that case, well, deposit somewhere else. Okay, how we can make our money work. So here's the strategy we're going to be using. We talked about it a little bit, but we're doing it. So we use a fixed amount that we're going to use every time we get a paycheck. So if you have a salary or something or whatever income, deposit a percentage of that. Whatever you feel comfortable with. You can deposit 1%, 5%, 10%, 20%, whatever works for you, okay? How we're going to make our money work. Here's a strategy I'm using. I use a small amount of, a fixed amount, of my paycheck. Okay, every time I get paid, I put a percentage of my money and I buy some stable coins with it. Okay? Why? Because it forces me to take the money out of my pocket so that I'm not going to spend it. Okay? I do that, and to explain broadly, I put some of that money on the stock market, but we're not talking about that today, and I put some of that money on stable coins, and that's what we're focusing on today. Okay, so I've got a diversified portfolio that I'm creating by doing this. So it's easy if you set your mind to it. If you say, okay, I can afford to put aside $50 every month, and that's how I'm going to build my portfolio. That works for you, use that. If you can do more, if you can do like $1,000 a month, go with $1,000. Whatever works, okay? You choose, not me, you, okay? I do what I feel comfortable with. I receive some money, I put some of that aside, I invest on the stock market, on the crypto market, and gold, and real estate, and whatever, okay? Do that. So part of my portfolio is in crypto, and the rest of my portfolio is in other things. But today we focus only on crypto. So let's just focus on crypto. At the moment, we deposit the crypto that I buy in stable coins to earn interest. I use that deposit as collateral to borrow more stable coins because I want my deposit to be stable and I want my borrowings to be stable. So I know what's going to happen tomorrow when I wake up. Okay, I shouldn't have a bad surprise. I shouldn't have a loss of 50% when I wake up. Okay, and something special I'm going to show you today is that we can get paid to borrow stable coins. There's no bank that does that at the moment. Okay, but DeFi can do that for you. You can actually get paid or get rewarded, okay, by borrowing, not just by depositing. Okay, then we can swap some or all of the borrowed stable coins for variable coins. We can farm those variable coins to earn a higher rate of return, and you'll see, but I just double my investment by doing this. So if I start with $1,000, in the next 2 minutes, I've got $2,000 working for me. Okay, and finally, we reinvest the profit. So every day, either the interest is compounded automatically, or if it's not compounded, I take it, I redeposit it somewhere, or I swap it and then redeposit it somewhere to make more interest. Okay, so always remember compound interest. Okay, compound means you take your earnings, you put them on top of the capital and earn more, because now you've got capital plus interest put together, earning more interest. Okay, think about that. Okay, it's a very, very, very powerful tool. At the beginning you say, oh, but I'm only earning maybe an extra $1. It's not that bad. Think about it. Okay, after 10 years you're going to earn tens of thousands of dollars, not just $1. Okay, so what do we need to implement this strategy? First, we need some crypto. No crypto doesn't work. Okay, the preferred crypto to start with is going to be USDC, USDT, DAI, because those are stable coins. We need also a little bit of Ethereum to pay for gas. Not a lot, because we're not going to do a lot of transactions. Okay, but we need around $50 worth. And we're also going to need a little bit of MATIC to pay gas. Again, not a lot, maybe $1 or $2. You can go, MATIC goes a long way paying gas, okay? Because it's fraction of a cent, okay, per transaction. So with $1 or $2, you're good for like hundreds of transactions. If you've got other crypto, you can use them, but you have to swap them first, okay? You're going to need a CEFI account, because most likely you got your crypto by buying crypto from fiat currency like US dollar or whatever currency you have in your country, and you're going to buy some crypto using a CEFI exchange like Binance, Coinbase, whatever. And finally, one of the most important tools we're going to use is MetaMask. We're going to create a MetaMask wallet. So let's talk about MetaMask. What's MetaMask? Well, it's a wallet and a Web3 browser. Web3 is like the web, but for crypto. The code's different. Basically, we're looking at the web on the blockchain, okay? And it's slightly different. In some cases, we need special browsers in order to be able to see that, okay? Some of it you can see with a regular browser, some of it you might not, whatever. Okay, and MetaMask allows us to deposit, withdraw cryptos, transfer them across various networks, okay? It's available as a mobile app you can use on your phone or your web browser extension if you're using a computer. So, here's a summary of what we're going to do. We're going to install MetaMask. Once it's installed, we need to create a wallet. Or if you already have one, you import the wallet into MetaMask. If we're going to add, then we're going to add the MATIC or Polygon network to MetaMask, because it doesn't come by default. By default, it comes with Ethereum. Then we're going to need to transfer some Ethereum to MetaMask on the Ethereum network, because we need to pay gas fee in order to transfer our tokens from the Ethereum network to the MATIC network. Okay, so we transfer some stable coins we want to use in the strategy, and they land on the Ethereum network. Then we get a bit of free MATIC, or you can buy some MATIC on your CEFI. account to pay the network gas. Then we go to AAVE.com and we perform a little bit of magic. And we explore some other exciting DEXs. Okay, those are decentralized exchanges on MATIC to make even more magic. And then we sit back, relax, and watch our profits just magically appear. Okay, let's create a wallet. So you can have multiple wallets in MetaMask, and each wallet has a secret passcode of 12 words, but you can also log in MetaMask with a single password and access all your wallets. It's a little bit complicated, but we're going to just simplify things and just make one wallet, one password, one passcode. Okay? So we go to metamask.io. Bookmark this link because there are some fake MetaMask websites that are going to steal your currency. So don't bookmark it. And we go there and we're going to download MetaMask. If you're using it on a browser, it works with Chrome, Firefox, Brave. Brave is my preferred browser because it's designed to be more safe. And it works on Edge as well. Don't think it works on Safari. On mobile, it works on iOS, it works on Android. Okay, so let's say we went there to metamask.io. And once we get there, there's a button that says, welcome to MetaMask, and it says get started. So we click on get started. Okay, and then we come up to this page. Are you new to MetaMask? So it says, no, I already have a seed phrase. Well, right now we don't have one. So we go, let's get set up and create a wallet. So we click here. And then it says, help us improve MetaMask. Okay, I just say agree. They collect information, but it's anonymized. Okay, it helps them make the software better. You know, I'm helpful. So I click agree. If you don't like it, just say no thanks. And then you need to create a long password. Don't make a 3-4 letter password. First of all, it has to be at least 8 characters. And don't make it too easy, okay? But it has to be complicated but easy to remember. So your password could be, I love my mom because she's so nice, okay? And between each word you put, I don't know, a little star, okay? Or pound sign or whatever you want, okay? Easy for you to remember, extremely difficult for a computer to guess. So hackers are gonna have a hard time because why? It's a long password, okay? So try to remember, to use something easy to remember, easy to type, but difficult to guess. And write it on a piece of paper that you're gonna put in a safe place, okay? If you have a safe at home or at the bank, that's where you're gonna put it, with your passcode that we're gonna talk about in a minute. So, we created our password. We click on I have read, agree to the whatever. And we click create. Okay, and this is where it talks about the secret backup phrase. Okay, sometimes they call it secret passcode, the secret words, the secret something, okay? Right now it's grayed out, and you can see a little bit that there are hidden words there. There's 12 words, okay? You can click on this, and it's going to reveal those words, and then you take a pen and a paper and you write down all those words. And if you're smart, you're going to make 2-3 copies of that piece of paper and you're going to put them in 2-3 safe places, okay? You put the paper in a Ziploc bag so it's protected against water damage, okay? Maybe you have a little safe at home, you have another safe at the bank, and maybe you've got, I don't know, another place where you can hide things and you know where they're going to be. And if your computer crashes and you lose your password and you lose your passcode and because you can't remember it, whatever, then you have like 2-3 copies somewhere that you can get at, okay? Because if you lose that passcode and your computer crashes and you can't access your wallet, your crypto's gone forever. Nobody can get back that passcode. It's that important, okay? So, we write those pieces. Okay, again, I talked about it a couple of times. Don't ever give those secret words to anybody. People and websites that ask you for this are thieves and they want to steal your crypto. Don't give it to anybody. Okay, somebody will say, oh, I work for Binance, or I work for whatever, and we need your passcode because blah blah blah. No, that's fake. Nobody's going to ask you for that. Nobody legitimate is going to ask you for that. If somebody asks you for that, they're lying. Okay, they're thieves. And we click on next. And wow, this is our beginning wallet. Okay, and we have 0 ETH in it. There's nothing in it at the moment. Okay, so that's what the wallet looks like at the beginning. And we can see that by default here we're at the Ethereum mainnet. That's the Ethereum network. Now we need to add the MATIC network because MATIC costs a lot less than Ethereum. Okay, the gas fees are much lower, so that's why we need to add that. So we click on the menu here. And we need to click on custom RPC here. Okay, once you do that, it asks you for all this beautiful information here. So what do you need to type in there? Okay, the information I'm giving you, you can find it at this link. Okay, because maybe they're going to change it, I don't know. Okay, so this is the source of the information. You can go there and check it yourself that I didn't make any mistake, whatever. So, network name, we're going to call it MATIC mainnet. You can call it what you want, but just to make it simple, that's what we're going to call it. The RPC URL, you have to use this, okay, or other links that those guys at MATIC Network want you to use. The chain ID is 137, the currency symbol is MATIC, the block explorer is this, okay, explorer.matic.network. But they have others as well that you could use, okay? But those are by default, those are the most common ones. So if you use this, it's gonna work. And you click on save, and then it's saved, but it's for some reason the window stays there. So click on this X here to get out of there. And now, if we go back and we look at our wallet, oh, we're in the MATIC mainnet. And guess what? We have 0 MATIC. Woo. Okay, so now we're using the Brave browser and we want to add the MATIC extension icon at the top right. We click on the little puzzle piece here and then we click on the pin because I find it easier to have the cute little fox of a logo right there. Okay, so I know where it is. If I do transactions every day, I want to be able to play with it by clicking here. Okay. Some browsers do it automatically, whatever. This one needs to be pinned, okay? Okay, now let's try to get some free MATIC. Yeah, believe it or not, you can get some free MATIC. There's some websites that are called faucets that give you free MATIC to pay for gas because it's so cheap. It doesn't cost them a lot to give you free MATIC. Sometimes they work, those faucets, sometimes they don't work. Okay, it's not guaranteed to work. One time it worked for me, the other time didn't work for me, so whatever. Try it. If it works, it's free. Just spend a couple minutes of your time there. So, let's say you installed MetaMask on your phone. Okay, so you open up the app and you click on the hamburger at the top left, and it's going to give you this menu. Okay, so we click on browser and we can type a URL to go wherever we want. Okay, so this is just to show you how it looks on a phone, but for the rest we're going to show you on a browser. Okay, on a computer browser. So you can do the same thing on the phone, but for me, I like to see on a bigger screen, so that's why I put it on a computer. Okay, so we go to this place, it's called matic.supply. Bookmark this if you want to use it. You don't want to go to a fake website. Now the faucet is going to send you 0.0005 MATIC. That's not a lot. It's like $0.00635 at the time I wrote this book. It's probably even cheaper than that now. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's enough to do a couple of transactions, like deposit and borrow and whatnot on AAVE. Okay? So you get to this screen, you click on connect, you click on I am human, and you connect your wallet. Okay, it's going to ask you, do you want to connect? Oh, yeah. And then we click next. And then we get to this screen and ask you, do you want to connect? Yeah, you click on connect. And you click on connect. And you click on I am human. And then you have a CAPTCHA process asking you, in this case, where's the bus? Okay. Once it's done, you have a big receive button. You click on that and you patiently wait. Okay. And it's going to say sending for a while. If it doesn't work, sometimes it doesn't work, then no big deal. You buy your CEFI, you buy your MATIC on your CEFI account and you transfer it or whatever. Okay. All right. Now we talked about the default MATIC network settings. Sometimes the MATIC networks gets busy, and it's good to have like a backup. Okay, because you're using the default one, everything looks slow, you're trying to see your balance on some DeFi, Polygon DeFi projects, and just not coming. Or you're trying to do a transaction, trying to deposit or withdraw or whatever, and it's, it's taking forever. Typically it takes a couple of seconds, and for whatever reason it's taking 10 minutes, 15 minutes to not resolve. So if you go to this link, again by the MATIC network people, they give you a choice of various RPCs that you could use. The one I usually use is this one, rpc-mainnet.matic.quicknode. I like the word quick in there, and typically it's fast. Okay, doesn't work all the time, but sometimes it's slower than the regular one because too many people use it, whatever. But anyway, so you can have two, you can add 2 or 3 or 4 different MATIC networks on your MetaMask. So here are the information. If you need it, if you don't need it, don't use it. Alright, now what we need to do is transfer tokens from our CEFI account to MetaMask. Okay, how do we do this? The first thing we have to remember is that I told you before, we need to have some Ethereum, okay, some Ether in MetaMask in order to pay for transferring funds from the Ethereum network to the MATIC network. Okay, it costs something to do that transaction. Okay, and you always pay in Ethereum when you're on the Ethereum network, whatever you do. Okay, so typically I put about $50, $100, depending on how many transactions I want to do. If I'm doing a lot, I put more. If I'm doing less transactions, I put less, whatever. Your choice, you choose how much you want to put. Rule of thumb, around $50, probably enough, unless you're doing a lot of transactions. Okay, so we need to get our MetaMask address to receive tokens. So first we check that we're on the Ethereum mainnet. Here, typically it starts and says account 1. You can call this whatever you want. And there's typically a very long address written here. I'm hiding it here, but I don't need to hide it, but that's where it would be. So you click on this and it says copy automatically. Alright, and then we go to our CEFI account. The screens are going to change. I don't know what your screen is going to look like. Okay, I'm using Binance and I'm showing you what it's going to look like. So I already bought some Ethereum on Binance a long time before, but now I want to transfer a little bit of it and put it on my MetaMask wallet, right? So I go and I select Ethereum, and there's usually a withdraw button somewhere on your CEFI. So it's gonna say withdraw ETH, and then this is where you paste your MetaMask address. Okay? Okay, that's where it's going to send the Ethereum. Don't make a mistake here. If you make a mistake here, you don't copy the right information, it's not going to your wallet. It's gonna go nowhere, or it's gonna go someone else's wallet. You're gonna make a gift of millions of dollars to other people. Okay, but make sure you put your correct address here. Then you need to select your network and the amount you want to transfer. So let's look at that. Now, the network bit, it sounds weird, but this is what we need to do. We need to transfer ERC20. ERC20 means it's going to land on the Ethereum network on MetaMask. BEP20 says Binance Smart Chain. That's not Ethereum. It's still going to cost you some Ethereum. And you can see it's a lot less than here. Here it's 0.0036 in this transaction, but over here it would be 0.000072. So much cheaper. But we don't need this one. We don't need this one. We need this one. Okay, so once you've filled up everything, so you paste the information here, you select your network, you put the amount that you want to transfer here. So, you know, whatever fraction of Ethereum you need for like $50, or you can transfer more and then swap the excess for other coins later. Okay, so you choose and you hit the withdraw button once it's done. Now, typically your CEFI will ask you for all kinds of security code. Maybe they're going to send you a code by phone, by email. They're going to use an authenticator service, okay, like Google Authenticator or whatever, or a combination of those. Okay, so you fill that in, and once you to authorize a transaction, once that transaction is authorized, you wait patiently. It can take 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or more. That's not unusual. Typically, once it's successful, your CEFI account, your CEFI app is going to pop up a message saying, "Oh, transfer completed," or something like that. And at that point, if you check your wallet on MetaMask, you're going to see the Ethereum appear. So let's see what that looks like. So here I transferred $64 worth of Ethereum in those at that time of writing. It's different right now, but so I transferred enough to perform quite a few transactions. Okay. So now if we've got several kinds of tokens that we want to transfer, let's say we want to transfer some MATIC, and let's say we want to transfer some USDC or USDT or some DAI or whatever. Okay, you use the same process. You withdraw from your CEFI and you transfer to your MetaMask using the MetaMask address on the Ethereum network. Okay, or you can transfer everything as Ethereum, and then you swap some of your Ethereum into whatever tokens you need. Do it the way you want. Okay, now that we have our tokens on the Ethereum side of the Polygon wallet, the MetaMask wallet, we're going to need to transfer them from Ethereum to MATIC Polygon. Okay, to do this we need a bridge. So we go to wallet.matic.network/bridge, and it's asking you to log in. So you click on this, and it's going to connect you to MetaMask, and MetaMask is going to say, do you want to do that? So you say next, and then it says, okay, we're connecting, and then you click on connect, and then you need to sign. Click on sign. That's a clicking. Once all this is done, Now you get to this beautiful bridge screen, okay? And it says here, you can transfer from Ethereum to MATIC network. And then you can click on this, and it's a drop down, and you can choose whatever token you want to transfer. And you can, this button here, what's very interesting is that you can switch back. So if you got tokens on MATIC that you want to transfer to Ethereum, that's possible. That works also. Okay, so let's try the first thing. Let's try to transfer something from the Ethereum to the MATIC network. Okay, so we clicked on this and we click on continue, and then the deposit process consists of a single transaction, blah blah blah. Click on continue again, and then it's going to ask you, do you really want to do all this? Yes. You click continue again. So that's 3 continue buttons. Yeah. And it tells you how much it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you to transfer the funds $2.45. That changes every single second. Okay, it's going to be whatever it's going to be when you do it. And then we click on confirm because it says, do you want to pay all that gas fee? I say yeah. Now obviously here I'm transferring a tiny amount of Ethereum, okay, 0.001 Ethereum, just as a demonstration. Typically I wouldn't do that because the gas fees are higher than what I'm transferring, okay? Just doing it for demonstration. Transfer something that makes sense. Okay, so then you see the screen, okay, it's going to go from transfer. So we approved that. Now we're waiting for it to be confirmed. And a few minutes later, maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, it's going to be confirmed, but still not completed. And then eventually you end up on the completed screen and you say, hooray, we waited a long time and we're there. Now, you have to repeat this for every type of token you want to transfer from Ethereum to MATIC, okay? Now, let's look at the MATIC mainnet side of our MetaMask wallet. So, right now we transferred 2 MATICs, and we transferred some other stuff, but it's not showing. What's going on? Did I lose my coin? Are they lost in the blockchain somewhere? Like, what's going on? Did I send it to the wrong wallet? No, probably not, if you did everything right. And this is a little bit of a pain in the neck, but by default, MetaMask doesn't show you all the coins you've got on your wallet unless you add the coins to your wallet. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. To do this, there's an online wallet called wallet.matic.network. Okay, bookmark this, it's very useful. So, as you can see here, I've got 3 different coins. Okay, I've got a DAI stable coin that I transferred. I've got the MATIC token that I transferred, and I've got the Ether that I transferred also. And tells us how many of each I've got and how much they were worth at that time we took the screenshot. Okay, that's all sweet. Okay, I could deposit, withdraw, or send all this nice stuff, but this is what we're looking for here. Got these 3 little vertical dots on each line. They look like nothing, but it's super useful. And so we have our tokens, and what we do is that we click on that and it says add to MetaMask. So yeah, we want to do that. And then on the MetaMask it's going to say add token. You want to do that? And we say yes. And see, it's going to show us that we've got 99.646 DAI. Okay, so after we finish adding all the tokens, we can see them in MetaMask. So we've got MATIC, we've got DAI, we've got the Ether, we've got everything. Now, are we ready to double our money? Yeah, finally, doing something fun. So, took a long time, but we're here. Now, most of the steps we did so far, we don't need to reinstall MetaMask every single time. The only thing we might need to do is that if we buy more tokens from our CEFI account, Binance, Coinbase, whatever, we might need to do the transfer again. But other than that, there's nothing else we need to do. If we use the same coins all the time, we don't need to add more coins to our MetaMask wallet. If we have new coins, we add new coins, whatever. But most of the steps we've done, we don't need to do them again, thank God. So let's go to AAVE.com, bookmark this. It's super important for this strategy. If you want to use the strategy, we use this. Now, the first time you go there, and it's going to say, hey, we have $20 billion invested. Okay, so that means millions and millions of people trust AAVE, and they deposited $20 billion so far. This number changes every second. I have no idea what it is right now. We can check later, but for now, it's $20 billion. All right. Now, if you're worried about the security, you can check their security page. They explain what they're doing to protect people's assets. Okay. Nothing is 100% safe. Hackers can find a way in. Maybe there are bugs in the program they haven't figured out yet, whatever. So don't trust this blindly. Put some of your money here, not all your money there. But let's say for now, we just click on this button here and we enter the app. Okay. All right. Now we're in, but at first what we're going to see is stuff that we're not going to work on. Okay, you're going to have several offerings for the Ethereum network, but we're going to use Polygon, remember? So we need to click on this button. It's got a little Polygon logo in purple. Okay, so we click that, and then it's going to ask us to connect our wallet. If we don't click on connect here, we can't do anything. So we connect on this. Alright, so once we click on connect, we have to switch, because right now by default it says Ethereum mainnet. Remember, we want to build Polygon. So we switch to the Polygon mainnet. And then we click on browser wallet. See, it says MetaMask right here. And we go to MetaMask, and MetaMask says, do you want to connect there? Next, yes. And then it asks you again. Okay, then you say connect. And now let's look at what AAVE is going to offer. Okay, so remember we want to use stable coins. So we're going to ignore the depositing BTC like Bitcoin and Ethereum and other whatever at the moment, because we want stability. Okay, we don't want to wake up and there's like nothing. Okay, and I'm missing a picture here. Okay, whatever. So let's look at this other picture first. Where's the picture missing? Okay. So if we look here, we can deposit DAI, USDC, and USDT, whatever. Those are the three stable coins. The others are variable coins. And this is the deposit APY, and here the borrow APY rates. Now, if we look here, we can deposit at 2.71% APY, and then there's another number right under in APR with a little blue icon there. So basically, we're getting a bonus made in MATIC coin when we deposit DAI here. This is not going to last forever. It ends in January next year. So for now, we're getting a bonus every time we deposit. And then look on the borrowing side, you can borrow at 3.08% or whatever. And we're getting also a bonus deposit in MATIC. So basically they're paying us here to borrow. Yes, I'm repeating, they're paying us to borrow. We can borrow and they pay us to do it. So it's a very good opportunity. Now, these rates change every 15 seconds. They're going to be higher and lower, higher and lower, higher and lower, depending on demand. Okay? Depending on supply and demand. So, don't trust these numbers right now. Go and check yourself on AAVE. We're going to check in a few minutes. Actually, I can show you right now. These are the rates today, at this very second. Okay? So, you see they change already. Okay, they're a little bit different, but you're still getting a bonus on both sides of the equation, on the deposit side and on the borrowing side. It's very, very nice. We go back to our book. So let's skip this because we've done this. Okay. So, in the example that we had here, if we deposit that, we get 4.18% API plus 1.3% APR. What does that mean? So, they're going to give us some DAI at 4.8% APY, and we get a bonus of 1.3% APR paid in MATIC tokens, and this bonus ends on January 17, 2022. If you want more information about this and want to read about the bonus, click this link. Now, these rates vary every few seconds, so don't trust the rates that you see in the book. Go and check yourself. So approximately we're getting 5.48% on a deposit. It's not exactly calculated like that, but gives us an idea. The returns are compounded every 15 seconds on the APY. And why 15 seconds? Because one Ethereum block takes 15 seconds. So the calculations are pretty complex, and I'm not doing them here. We don't really need to know. You can work, if you can work out the calculations, do it if that helps you. But this is just, to give us an idea what's going on. Now we look on the borrowing side. We have two numbers, as we said. In this case, we're going to be borrowing USDC. And at the time of writing, it was 2.97 APY with a bonus of 2.08% APR and paid in MATIC. So we can borrow USDC if we deduct one from the other. Approximately, we're paying 0.89% on the debt, while we're depositing DAI and earning approximately 5.48%. So that's pretty low rate for a loan, and that's pretty decent rate for a deposit. Compare that to your bank right now. Chances are here it's going to be 18%, and here it's going to be 0 point something. Okay, so what's going on? Well, we talked about this. There's a promotion. Polygon's got a contract with the MATIC people, and they're giving free MATIC to depositors and borrowers.